Lehman fakes the give to the middle. He's going to roll to his right. He gains the corner. He is going to go in for the score. Touchdown, Coon Rapids.
Here's a chance for Alan Davis. His shot. Save. Cooney, the rebound, and the goal.
Nice control on the sideline. A nice pass in the middle. Here comes the streaky Cardinal. A shot and a goal.
Set going to Jennifer Young again. She'll get the kill. Cardinals on the board, and they'll get the serve.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Cardinal Sports Complex for CTN coverage of the Section 7 AA Girls Soccer Championship. Tonight the number 1 seeded Coon Rapids Cardinals host the number 2 seed Champlin Park Rebels.
The CTN Sports pregame show is brought to you by Dave Peterson of Century 21 Christian Realty. Dave is another proud sponsor of high school athletics on CTN.
Joe Young and Josh Whitcomb on the sidelines for tonight's game. And Josh, we should be in for a very good soccer match.
Absolutely, Joe. Rebels come in with revenge on their mind, having lost only 1-0 2 weeks ago in driving rain. We have calm, unseasonably warm weather tonight. Should be a fun one.
Well, now when the game really matters, the two best teams in the section meet up here in the section championship. A trip to the state tournament on the line. There you see the road to get here. Champlin Park with a 4-0 win over the 7th seeded St. Francis team, and then a battle 1-0 over Duluth East in the semis to reach this section game. Coon Rapids winning 2-0 over Andover in the quarters, 4-0 over the Bengals in the semifinals. And coming in, you've talked about it, Josh, the Rebels really have revenge on their mind, and they will be working the ball down low to their big gun, Sherry Ekstrom, all night long. We saw a lot of her in that first game 2 weeks ago tonight. She has a good, strong foot, and she can find room even when there doesn't seem to be any deep in that defense. She got off a number of good, strong shots last time these two teams met. Unfortunately, wasn't able to find the back of the net, and they had to settle for that 1-0 loss. On the other side of the ball, the Cardinals really led by their youth.
Absolutely. Freshman, pardon me, I've forgotten her name.
Jackie Lodi.
Thank you, Jackie Lodi. Despite being a freshman and despite playing only 12 games this year, leads the team in scoring. You're going to want to keep an eye on her tonight.
7 goals, 7 assists already this season, including 2 in that 4-0 victory over the Blaine Bengals. Let's take a look at the Homes Built to Fit keys to the game for tonight, starting with the Champlin Park Rebels. They want to use the outside lanes. They feel that the Cardinals are really strong up front, and they want to be able to attack from the side. Be aggressive and score early. These two keys kind of blend together because the Rebels are going to be willing to take some risks early in this game to try and get that early lead. On the other side, the Cardinals want to watch the offsides. They've been sucked into a lot of offsides, and Coach DeJoy is well aware that the Rebels may try and trap them. The Cardinals gave up 2 goals, had 2 taken away by the during that Blaine Bengal game because of offsides. They want to be able to move the ball laterally as opposed to just up and down. They want to have that part of their game working so that they can get more facets and more looks to their offense when they attack the Rebel defense. And finally, they want to break up the Rebels' rhythm. They know that the Rebels can pass the ball very well, and they want to be able to break that up, keep them from setting things up down low, and try and keep them from getting real good chances.
Number 10.
That's right. Looking forward to a great game here tonight, Joe.
Well, it's a big game, state tournament.
11,
Next game, one team is moving on. It's the 7 AA Girls Soccer Championship next on CTN.
Number 18.
The CTN Sports pregame show is brought to you by Dave Peterson of Century 21 Christian Realty. Dave is another proud sponsor of high school athletics on CTN.
Coming in tonight is the second season. Starts right now.
Roughing the passer.
Dropping back, has time, looking left. Complete touchdown.
You watch him come from a safety position and make the tackle.
Dropping back, Van Ash throwing over the middle, complete to Dombeck. He's into the end zone, touchdown.
CTN Studios is proud to offer the best in local programming. Now your business can be a part of it too. Become a CTN Studios sponsor. Find out more today.
Back at the Cardinals Sports Complex, just moments away from kickoff between the Cardinals and the Rebels. The Section 7 championship on the line between two teams that know each other pretty well and do not want to see the other move on. Big game, and Champlin Park will get it started. Moving it back early on, and Mortensen will force it in for the Cardinals. Damiano kicks it out off of Lions, and the Rebels will have a throw in. Let's take a look at the starters for the Rebels. Amanda Johnson in net, Emily Brostrom, Callie Anderson, Alicia Damiano. And here's a chance for the Cardinals, trying to push it in deep. Mortensen, and it's finally poked out of bounds. The rest, Zabla also on the defense. Hunting, Nisler, Magnuson, and Stratton, the midfielders. Wolfgram and Ekstrom up front. Cardinals throwing it in. Lodi with a header toward the goal. And Coon Rapids with an early shot on net. Forcing the issue early. Amanda Johnson punting it away. And again, we see the Cardinals just forcing the issue. Yanni getting it up front. And here's a chance for Lodi, getting behind the defense. A shot, and just wide. That was Tara Mortensen, rather. But she got behind the defense, had a little bit of room, and then shot just wide of the net.
It's a great pass, slotted into her in a good piercing run. A shot just wide.
Looking for that near side upper corner. Wurzos, the throw in from in front of the Rebels bench. And an early penalty on the Cardinals. Good boot by Zabla, but out of bounds on the near side. And another throw in for Coon Rapids. Damiano moving it up near side for Brostrom. And here's a lot of what we saw in that first game between these two teams. The Rebels very good at building attacks, using their teamwork, completing 3 or 4 passes in a row to open something up. Sherry Ekstrom working against Miller on the sideline. Tapped out of bounds by Miller. Let's take a look at the Cardinals starters for tonight. Belpedio in the goal. Catherine Miller, Amelia Nadelli, Katie Ekman, and Chelsea Funfar on the defense. Rasmussen, Yanni in the middle. Lodi, Lyons, Wurzos, and Mortensen all up front. Rebels trying to get it down into the Cardinal end for the first time, but booted back out of bounds.
See a little bit of physical play right here, Joe.
No love lost between the Rebels and the Cardinals, especially with such a big game on the line. And early on, both teams trying to battle and find out just how far they can go at the same time. Lodi almost taking it away from Damiano, but near side now is Brostrom. Playing it ahead for Ekstrom. Nadelli can't clear. Finally headed out of bounds by Katie Ekman.
Joe, you and I spoke to Rebel head coach Bridget Deco before the game, and one thing she mentioned she wanted to do was play the ball up the wings. She knows that the Coon Rapids comes in with a strong attack in the middle of the field, and she wants to counteract that by going up the wings, and we're seeing that so far.
Lions playing it back to Lodi in the middle. Her pass a little too far in front of Yanni and turned away by Damiano. Hunting, near side for Stratton, and she plays it down deep. Nadelli down in the corner will play it away from Ekstrom. Stratton got a header on it again, and Wolfstrom will push it to the far side. Magnuson trying to play it back to the middle, broken up by Yanni. And now we will see the Rebels trying to set up on that wing again. Cardinals get it ahead to Lions, who can't get around Damiano at center field. And that is going to be a foul, as I think it was Hillary Hunting, who
You can see her jumping in from the back here, just catching the back of her boot. That's a foul.
Cardinal free kick near midfield. Taken by Funfar. Yanni heads it to the corner, and it will go out of bounds. A throw in for the Rebels. A good wind blowing tonight, but not quite what these two teams dealt with 2 weeks ago. Callie Anderson to throw it in from deep in her own end. Yanni heads it back and now gets it to Lodi toward the middle. Crossing, and we talked to Coach DeJoy too about moving laterally, and we see the Cardinals doing that early. Wurzos tracking it down in the corner, lost it out of bounds. Rebels with another throw in deep in their own end. Stratton moves it ahead. Nadelli there to stop it up, take it away from Ekstrom. Long pass, too far for any of the Cardinals, who were already coming back toward their defensive end.
Again, we see the Rebels playing up the wings. They just need to connect a few more passes to get into their attack.
Battling for possession. Brostrom kicks it ahead and out of bounds just beyond the Cardinal bench. Nadelli kicking it back downfield. Zabla trying to keep it away from a charging Mortensen, and it does end up out of bounds. First substitution of the game for the Cardinals. Cassie Kowalenko checking in for Kat Wurzos. Mortensen tried to force it toward the net, turned away by the Rebel defense. Again, we see that good passing. Trying to run onto the ball here, Kelsey Nisler, but knocked away by Miller before she can get there.
You said it, Joe. That's great combination play in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Nadelli able to break it up, get it back up towards Lyon. Long pass for Mortensen, too far. It's going to be out of bounds. And the Cardinals trying to capitalize on their speed. They feel they're a faster team than the Rebels. And we will see a lot of them trying to break out. That's the head coach Bridget Deco, and the her Rebel coaching staff. Lodi trying to find the corner. Crossing toward the middle. Lyons was coming in but couldn't get there around a couple of Rebel defenders, and the Rebels will clear it out of play.
We see Lodi just play a smart piercing ball into the box. Couldn't quite get on the end of it, though.
Kowalenko to throw it in. A little too high for Lodi, headed away by Zabla. Stratton to Ekstrom up the sidelines, back to Stratton. Long through ball. Ekman there to head it back in the Cardinal direction. Zabla will clear this one away with Lodi right on her heels. This one end up out the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Rebels. Head coach Jeff DeJoy in his sixth season as the Cardinals skipper. And he is trying to make it his third straight appearance in the state tournament.
See an easy giveaway there by the Rebels, Joe. Recovered nicely, though.
Pass a little too far for Ekstrom. She's able to regain control, playing it far side. Wolfgram tripped up by Miller. Rebels regain possession. Play it to the middle. Amelia Nadelli there to break it up. Zabla stops it at midfield. Ends up out of bounds to the Rebels. Look at Jackie Lodi, who we talked about in the opening. Freshman leading the scoring for the Cardinals. Stratton throwing to Ekstrom in the middle. Hunting is there to help. Back to break it up is Mortensen. Turned right back in by Anderson. Hunting slowing things down. And now we'll see the Rebels and how they can use their teammates to pass. This one a little too far for Stratton, as Zabla tried to set Stratton up on the run to the corner.
Both teams coming out with a little bit of nerves tonight. Neither team able to connect a whole lot of combination play.
Just over 11 minutes into this game, Zabla puts it out of bounds again. And a Cardinal throw in from in front of the Rebel bench. Kowalenko tossing it into the corner, too high for Brostrom to get to this time. It's Mortensen in there forcing the issue. This one goes out the sideline, and a throw in for the Cardinals now deep in the Rebel end.
Good hustle by Mortensen there, forcing the defense into the corner, giving them no other option.
Kowalenko throwing it in a little too high for Mortensen. Lodi battling against Zabla. Nice pass, turn around to Kowalenko, but Stratton able to break it up. Yanni stops, quick right foot, a shot right on, and forcing Johnson to make another save.
Another look at that, Joe. Ball gets cleared out, not quite far enough. The turn, the shot, not a bad shot from there.
Ekstrom on the sideline, had it taken away, now cleared back up front by Kaylee Reynolds. Long run for both players. Yanni, I think, who lost a shoot? Yanni did. Yanni and Callie Anderson met at the ball, and Yanni lost a shoot.
Talk about this game being played on speed. It looks like she ran right out of shoes.
Lions battling against Zabla. Callie Anderson moving it ahead. Nobody there, and picking it up is Kowalenko for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals called for offside. And we talked about that also in the opening about Cardinals wanting to watch offsides, knowing that the Rebels will try and sneak up on them. Get in front of their forwards and create that offside. Nice slide tackle by Callie Anderson. Ekstrom leaves it for Anderson. Now played to the corner. Long run. Ekman able to get there in front of Nisler and kick it out of bounds. Ball bouncing around in that dangerous area. You could hear the Cardinal defender saying out, out, out. Able to kick it out the near side now. Throw in by Stratton. Bounces once. Now bounces towards the goal, but out to scoop it up is Belpedio. Long boot. Callie Anderson finally able to win that battle and come away with it. Stratton one-touch pass to Hunting. She's bumped off it, but the Rebels maintain control. Stratton moving it ahead. Turned around, but out of bounds off the foot of Cassie Kowalenko. Long drive in there from Chelsea Funfar, and Johnson grabs it, boots it back out near midfield. Mortensen in there to break things up, lost her footing. Ekstrom there to recover for the Rebels. And then the pass by Hunting broken up by Yanni. Another nice job by Callie Anderson preventing Chelsea Lions from getting behind her with that speed. Reynolds playing it to open territory. Foul called against Lions. She did not agree.
Take another look at that, Joe. You know, I'm not sure where the call is there.
I think they're saying she got that elbow in front of her and helped Callie Anderson down, but definitely a slide tackle attempt in my eyes. Sabla leaves it for Brostrom. Head to Ekstrom. Looking to the corner. One touch back toward the middle, but Nisler couldn't get the right angle on it. It spins away toward the sideline.
Champlin Park doing a nice job switching fields on their attack, the attacking third. We see the results of it. The Coon Rapids defense caught off guard.
Anderson to throw it in from the near side. Cardinals losing it out of bounds again, deep in their own end. Throw right toward the middle of the net, rolls through, and Belpedio picks it up. You know, with a leg like that, the Cardinals football team may be interested in her as a punter. My goodness. She puts 50 yards under that ball, no problem.
I think the soccer team will be happy to keep her. She also has a .44 goals against average per game. Quite a feat.
Number one in the state, I believe. Kirsten Erickson and Kat Wurzos checking back into the game. A rare trip to the bench for Chelsea Lions. Stratton bumped off the ball by Wurzos, but no foul. Throw in for the Rebels. Ekstrom keeping it in play. Ekman turns it around for Coon Rapids. Stratton sends it right back in, but out of bounds on the near side. Nearly midway through this first half, the Cardinals really brought the pressure in the first 4 or 5 minutes. But since then, we've seen the Rebels really doing a lot of the ball control, although it hasn't led to any shots. Here's a run on ball and a good race. But Damiano able to get there first. And then now turn it around. Anderson plays it out off of Yanni. It'll be a Rebel throw-in. Ekstrom, nice pass over her head. Stopped up by Nisler. Now cleared away by Ekman.
This is the first time we've really seen the Rebel attack come down the right side of the field.
Hunting's pass broken up by Yanni. Here's Mortensen. Looking long to the corner. Johnson able to get there first and just watch it go out of bounds. It'll be a Rebel throw-in. Cardinals always trying to use their speed. A lot of long through balls that the Cardinals let their forwards run in onto. Sam Levercom checking in for Coon Rapids for the first time tonight. Not much under this one. Stopped up by Funfar. Settled by Reynolds of the Rebels. Nisler getting it to Ekstrom. Nadelli turning it around.
There we see another offsides, Joe. You're going to see that a lot tonight, I have a feeling. The Rebels playing a flat back 4 in their 4-4-2 system, easily trapping Coon Rapids offside.
I won't go into how I feel about the offside rule in soccer.
It's a great rule. It keeps everybody honest.
Well, it just makes more sense to me to have. Well, I'm a hockey player too, and that does go with it. And there we see yet another one.
Yet another offside. Coon Rapids can really avoid making those offside errors by checking back to the ball. You see a lot of them, like you said, Joe, playing through balls and trying to run onto the ball. You'd like to see them check back a little bit toward the ball and some combination play in the middle.
Seems to be Wolfgram playing it back toward the middle, broken up by the Cardinal defense. Levercom getting it away from Anderson. Long pass again and a long run for Erickson, but it's cleared away by the Rebels. Yanni's throw in gets past everybody. Johnson will come out and smother it. Short punt this time. Hunting will stop it up. Played back and then forward by Zabla. Miller there to break it up. Yanni trying to head it back in the right direction. Reynolds didn't have quite the control she wanted on that one. It's out of bounds on the far side. This one well behind the defense again. Damiano will clear it away. Out of danger. Speaking with Alicia's father before the game, he's one of the coaches, I believe the goalkeeper coach for this Rebel team, and he said he's got his other daughter is over playing volleyball in the field house. So a half of soccer, go over there for a little while, watch some volleyball.
Life of a parent coach, not easy.
Especially when you have multiple children.
Absolutely.
Zabla chased back by Erickson, finally clears it to the sideline and out of trouble. Not that common that you see a parent coach with kids in 2 different sports during the same season. Usually when they coach, it's all the kids tend to end up doing that.
Right.
That sport.
Well, good for him for splitting his commitment, going to see his other daughter.
Mortensen in there mixing things up. Hunting breaking it up. Yanni able to break up that pass. Wolfgram plays it off of Yanni out of bounds. Throw in for the Rebels.
Into the game for the Rebels, number 2, Tony Jost.
Tony Jost checking in for Champlin Park for the first time tonight. Give Kelsey Nisler a breather. Levercon providing the pressure for Coon Rapids. Erickson there as well. Now playing a high ball. Lodi running onto it. Wurzos there as well. She'll take a shot, not a lot on it. And an easy save for Johnson.
That's a smart ball in from the left side of the pitch there. Hoping for a little something extra on it maybe, but a good idea nonetheless. Take another look here. Off the face, lobs it up over the defense.
That was another thing Coach DeJoy said to me before the game is they want to try and play a lot of balls over rather than playing to the feet and just use their speed to their advantage. Another offsides.
And again, that's the danger of playing the ball over the back of the defense. So you might get caught in that offside position trying to gain a little advantage.
4th offside for Coon Rapids. Rebels play it to the far side. Anderson working the sideline. Now pressured, passes toward the middle, broken up by Funfar, cleared by Yanni, right back in by Zabla. Brostrom to the corner, nobody there, it's out of bounds. Tara Mortensen and Chelsea Lyons checking back in, and 2 of the Cardinals' stronger forwards. And I imagine you'll see them now that they have a breather staying out there to provide that pressure for the rest of this first half. Lyons with 7 goals, 4 assists. Don't forget she was the goalkeeper last year and the year before that. Stratton looking for some room, pushing it ahead, broken up by Nadelli. Erickson, 1-touch pass to Lyons, got away from her. Lyons bumped to the ground by Damiano. Erickson, or Miller rather, will play it forward, and we see another Cardinal offside. Callie Anderson lining it up. Easy for me to say. Ekstrom settling, looking to Wolfgram in the corner. Tried a little give and go, but broken up by Nadelli and cleared out of danger.
Strong win tonight, Joe. It'll be interesting to see as the players become more fatigued if that comes into play a little bit more.
Jackie Lodi checking back in for Coon Rapids. Nadelli able to knock it away from Ekstrom, but Wolfgram right there lost out of bounds. Hunting battling, broken up by Yanni. Mortensen turns it around. Sent toward the net by Anderson. Nadelli will push it back near midfield. Lodi trying to settle and then move it ahead. Lyons knocks it down. running with Damiano. They tumble, and this time it's going to be the Rebels getting the penalty, and the Cardinals with a free kick in pretty good position.
You can see here good pressure applied by Coon Rapids, getting the ball up this left side. Too much for the defense.
Damiano putting a little too much elbow in, draws the foul. And now Funfar with a free kick. Shoots right on, save made by Johnson. Nadelli coming up to stop the Rebel momentum, but cleared back out of bounds. Brostrom playing it in. Nice stop there by Van Houten. We see another long pass and way too far in front of the Cardinal forwards. Wurzos and Van Houten battling, and Wurzos putting a little shoulder into her at the sidelines. She's looking for the hockey boards, I think.
Physicality continues for sure. Not a bad foul, though. Keep them out of their attack. Take another look at it here. That's a foul, but again, it keeps them out of their attack, throws them off balance a little bit.
Well, Kat Wurzos, big hockey fan and a player here for the Cardinals. Interesting that Coach Jeff DeJoy puts together these little sheets for each of his players. One of the things they ask is my favorite player. Wurzos' favorite player, Joey Lehman, Cardinal quarterback. And this is Lodi tripped up right at the edge of the box. We'll have to see where they plant it.
Just outside of the box, it looks like, Joe. Awfully
Even
close.
still, a very, very good spot for a Cardinal free kick.
I think that's a good call. It does appear as though it was just outside the 18. As you said, a good opportunity right here.
Tara Mortensen lining up to take it. Three-person wall for the Rebels. The shot right at Johnson, and she covers it up. Fifth Cardinal shot now in this first half. The Rebels still have yet to put one on goal. Mortensen playing it to the corner. Johnson will get there and play it back out of bounds. Randy Hill checking in for the first time tonight and talked a little bit about the Cardinals losing those, having 2 goals called back in that game against Blaine because of offsides. Both were scored by Randy Hill.
You get the feeling, Joe, that tonight these two teams are so evenly matched that 1 goal on the board may just be all it takes.
Well, right now we have seen the Rebels control the ball a lot, but we haven't really seen them get any good chances down in the Cardinal end. They have yet to put a shot on goal and really yet to have good position down low in their attacking third.
Yeah, no real good chances. No real good chances, but they are playing attacking soccer, as you said, playing the through balls over the top of the defense. Maybe that will pay off.
Anderson moving it ahead. Miller there to stop it up. Funfar battling for the Cardinals against Ekstrom and called for the trip. The Rebels just quickly play it ahead to Ekstrom. Knocked away by Ekman, out of bounds. Try to get it back in Ekstrom. The Cardinals able to break it up. Nice stop there by Tara Rasmussen. Overran that one, though. Brostrom able to push it ahead, but loses it out of bounds to Coon Rapids. Zabla playing it ahead. Nadelli there to stop. Moves it up to Rasmussen. Knocked away. Zabla gets it back, plays it to the far corner. Katie Ekman, first one there. She didn't get much on it. Ekstrom with a chance. Her shot stopped up by Nadelli. Good collision down there and no call. Rebels fans incensed. And now here's a ball for Chelsea Lyons running onto it. She's got Lodi with her. Lyons trying to get to the corner around Damiano. This one goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal or a corner kick for the Cardinals. First corner kick of the game for either team.
It's great defense by Damiano, pushing her off the ball, not giving her a chance to turn.
Well, the Rebels fans really wanted something right there, as you see Van Houten and Funfar both battling for the ball. And then this is that last chance as Lyons was trying to get to the corner. And now the Cardinals with a big corner kick late in this first half. Wurzels playing it right at the back post. Bounces near side and cleared by Damiano out of bounds. Good defense by the Rebels. Maybe hearing a little bit of rattling at the Cardinal Sports Complex. There you see the soccer ball rattles. I'm fortunate enough to have two of those at my home from last season. And, yeah, fortunately, my son doesn't really play with them anymore, mostly because I hid them. But regardless, they tend to make a lot of noise.
Keep you up late at night, did they?
I don't know so much about late at night, but it made it real difficult to hear the television or whatever else. Johnson's goal kick stopped up by Lyons, headed right back out that end line, and it'll be another goal kick. Just 3.5 minutes left first half. And don't forget that the Cardinals have a pretty stiff wind at their back here in the first half. So we'll see if that changes anything in the second.
And that may be affecting their through balls also, Joe. They might be weighting them correctly, but those balls take off in the wind.
Nice little touch by Lyons. Yanni trying to run onto it. Poked it past Stratton. Stratton able to recover. And a nice job by Stratton to get it out the sideline.
That's well turned out.
Hit our official. But it was still a nice attempt. That is Viva Anderson, our official. Mitch Minnick, the other, and Marv Dirkheising is the referee. Brostrom playing it up and out of bounds.
What's your set? Is there a free kick?
Cardinals keeping the pressure up. Time winding down here in the first. Yanni, another throw in deep in the Rebel end. Lodi right there, but Johnson able to grab it. A little struggle. And whistle blew. We'll see what the referees decide. Talking to Jackie Lodi. Just a warning at this point.
think that's a good decision by the referee.
They are going to call it a penalty, so Johnson will have to set it down and kick.
Both players just going hard for the ball there. No reason to show a card yet. Let's take another look at that play in the box. Goalkeeper comes out. On top of the ball, that's a 50-50 ball. You can't call that foul one way or the other. It's the extracurricular activity afterwards, though.
Oh, yeah, Jackie Lodi kind of looked like gave her a little knee to the chin. She was getting up, and Johnson tried to hold on to her foot because of it. And
I think that's the intensity of this game.
Under a minute left here in the first half. Long throw in, Mortensen running onto it. Damiano able to get there just in time and now clears it back out of bounds.
Really seeing good, solid defense from Damiano in the first half here.
That's going to be a corner kick that went out off of a Rebel, but only 15 seconds left. Rasmussen sets, kicks, a little too much. And that will do it as the buzzer sounds. A good battle here in the section championship, and we go to halftime with no score between the Rebels and the Cardinals.
May I have your attention, please? With the owner of the spare tire, slightly hairy, with a little brown mole to the left of the belly button. It's an innie. Please report to the press box and retrieve your appendage. Oh, they must have lost this parking further away from the stadium and walking in. Okay, we're back to the action.
To a child, a little of your time can make a lifetime of difference. That's why the Greenville Family Partnership sponsored a hike, because kids with something to do are less likely to do drugs.
Standing right in front of them.
Whether you're a good storyteller or a good listener, you can help. To find out about community drug prevention programs, call toll-free 1-877-KIDS-313.
I can keep a kid off drugs.
Hello, I'm Ed McMahon. This is the information. They're going to start a neighborhood watch. We're just starting it.
Mama, it's Ed McMahon! Ed McMahon! Hombre dinero!
Yes, Ed McMahon, see. No tango dinero. No tango dinero. Neighborhood watch. Neighborhood watch.
Start a neighborhood watch. It's just one of the many ways you can help make America stronger. To find out how, call or log on for this free guide.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Sports Complex. Halftime in the Section 7 AA Girls Soccer Championship. The Cardinals and the Rebels, the top two seeds. And we are scoreless after 40 minutes of play. Let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Almost all going the way of the white. Tara Mortensen with a good opportunity there, but the shot went just wide. Little dribbler in there by Kat Wurzos. Only 5 shots on goal between the two teams in that first half, so a lot of good defense, a lot of strong physical play. We have seen the Cardinals really crashing the net a lot. Of course, they've had that wind at their back, and we will see if that affects them in the second half. Look at the stats. I mentioned 5 shots all first half. They were all for the Cardinals. the Rebels unable to put a single shot on goal. The fouls pretty even, 5 for the Cardinals, 3 for the Rebels, and of course the Cardinals had 2 corner kicks to 0 for the Rebels, and that had a lot to do with how much time they spent down in the Rebel end. And as I mentioned, Josh, we'll have to watch and see if the wind has the same effect for this Rebels offense here in the second half.
Absolutely.
Early on, the Cardinals, or the Rebels rather, keeping it in the Cardinals' end. And by the same token, we saw 4 goal kicks for the Rebels and 0 for the Cardinals. Played long to the near side by Zabla, out of bounds. Right back out, this time to the Rebels. Yanni being stopped up. Rebels with a throw in just in front of their own bench. Now they'll move it down in front of their own bench. Can't disagree with that when the referee tells you to move 15 feet closer to the net.
Absolutely not. That's a call you don't argue ever.
Lions settling it for Coon Rapids, playing it long behind the defense. Lodi running onto it. And down goes Stratton hard. And Lodi called for, that's not Stratton, that's Zabla.
Physical play continues. Here's another look at it.
Not quite sure how she knocked her off her feet. I don't know that that's a foul.
You know, I think you're right, Joe.
Zabla just overplayed herself.
Got up in the air and had nowhere to go.
Ekman playing it up high near midfield. Mortensen battling with Brostrom for it. Brostrom will finally put a boot on it. Miller stopping it up. This one played near side, out of bounds to the Cardinals. Katie Ekman, the throw-in. Headed right back out. Of course, anytime you get into the playoffs, very serious games for your seniors, as it could be their last. Delpedio will let that one go out of bounds. Only a couple of seniors for the Cardinals. Amelia Nadelli, Alyssa Hale, and Kat Wurzos, the only seniors on the squad for Coon Rapids. The Rebels, a young team as well, just 6 players in their final season of high school soccer. Lodi pushing it ahead, but it's broken up. Continuing to force the ball, this is Damiano.
Lodi putting great pressure on the ball there. Good attacking soccer.
And just a freshman, Cardinal fans will be able to watch her for 3 more seasons. Van Houten trying to keep it in, and they're going to say it did go off the Cardinals. Tony Jost, Kayla Wiley, Heather Brostrom, Hillary Hunting, Danielle Sanchez, and Amanda Johnson, the seniors. I apologize. Danielle Sanchez, not a senior, listed as a senior on the program. And in position, she's listed as our guardian angel. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there wondering, who had come to the game and seen that, wondering what that story is. And Danielle Sanchez was a soccer player here at Champlin Park who died in I believe, a car accident a couple of years ago. And they have retired her number 20. And she would have been a senior last year, but a lot of the girls on this team still know her. And so she is on the roster and forever in the hearts of the Rebels players and the Rebels soccer community. Either way, 5 girls for the Rebels playing in possibly their final high school soccer game, 3 for the Cardinals in that same situation. And now we see Belpedio's punts not going quite as far into this hefty win. Knocked about 20 yards off of the punts she was doing in the first half. Damiano whiffs on it. Lodi now providing pressure right on her. Getting some help from Mortensen. Here's a shot for Lodi. Not a lot on it, but it makes Johnson go over and make the save.
That's the first yip we've really seen from Damiano, but Johnson cleans it up. No problem for Champlin.
Rebels called for a penalty as Callie Anderson prevented Lions from getting to the ball. Chelsea Funfar lining it up. Stopped up by Damiano, and Rebels able to clear. Miller called for the penalty as she kind of used Ekstrom to get a little higher.
Ball side, get ball side. Mark up.
Zabla to take it from just inside her own half. Ekstrom can't control, booted away by Ekman. Anderson has it bounce away from her.
Keep it in, reverse, keep it in. Get it, Pinky, go.
And Chelsea Lions goes down, tied up with Hillary Hunting, and Hunting called for the infraction.
Take another look at it here. Just a little touch foul again. Keeps them out of their attack, puts them off balance a little bit, gives them a chance to regroup on D.
Hunting didn't agree with the call, and I tend to agree with her. It looked like they just kind of got tangled up. But ref calling it nice and tight. Make sure that the emotions don't boil over in such an important game.
I think that's important to note too, Joe, that in the first half we had a couple of incidents that could have escalated to something more, and I'm sure the ref wants to come out in the second half here and settle things down a little bit.
Long throw in right into the middle. Lodi in there keeping it bottled up. Brostrom guides it over to Johnson, who scoops it up. Tara Mortensen and Chelsea Lions all in on that attack. This one bouncing down. Amelia Nadelli able to turn it around. Funfar had a foot on it. Wurzos stopping. Now Funfar boots it back into the corner. Lodi running, trying to get around Zabla, but Johnson comes out and clears it out of bounds, out of danger.
It's a gutsy clear by Johnson coming all the way out from her net.
Yeah, she's about 40 yards out of her goal at that point. Kirsten Erickson checking back in for Coon Rapids. Callie Anderson clears for the Rebels, stopped up by Ekstrom. Hunting's pass broken up by Ekman. And the Cardinals turned around, but offsides again.
Offsides, Coon Rapids.
6th offsides call against the Cardinals, 0 so far against the Rebels.
Rebels doing a great job of trapping Coon Rapids offside. Defense pulling up the last second, pulling 2 players offside in that case.
Anderson putting the boot to it, stopped up by Funfar. Battling for it was Rasmussen, took it away from Reynolds. Cardinals can't get it out of their half, though. Wurzos coming back to battle against Ekstrom. And now takes it away from Stratton in a long pass to the back line of defense, and that's where Damiano plays it out to the far side. Talked a lot about Alicia Damiano in this game. Been a big part of this Rebels defense, and she has been under a lot of pressure.
She's really stood up well, though. Seems to be in the right place at the right time, backs up her other defenders. Got a few good clears in.
Rasmussen's blast doesn't make it past the defense, and the Rebels get it back up to Ekstrom. She gets it to midfield before it's out of bounds. Throw in by Miller, bouncing around, cleared by Damiano. Ekman forcing it back into the Rebel half. Rasmussen pushing it ahead. Here's Erickson in a foot race with Damiano. Knew that Damiano was coming and took the left foot. And it trickles in on Johnson. It's the 7th Cardinal shot of the game. Rebels still looking for their first.
You'd like to see her pull that ball back, force Damiano to commit, go back into the middle and see what happens.
Ekman able to break it up, keep it away from from Wolfgram rather. Anderson will let it go out of bounds. Kelsey Nisler checking in for Champlin Park, replacing Marissa Wolfgram. And the Rebels right now have 11 players on the field. And nobody is recognized. They definitely have 11 players out there. This one's free and in dangerous area. Erickson shooting, save made, and Johnson able to get on top of it. How long before you recognize that there are more players in blue on the field than there should be?
Take another look at that shot. Good pressure again. Being in the right place, right time. Can't quite finish, though. Goalkeeper covers it up.
Nice clear in the corner by Miller. Keeps it from being a corner kick. I suppose it's hard for the officials to count the players on the field. But you know, you got to wonder at this point, if the Rebels are to score while they have 11 players on the field, is that a legal goal?
It's a good question. Has to be if the referee didn't catch it. Now, Joe, are you saying there are 11 field
Big
players?
shot by Ekstrom up over.
Pardon me. Right now I'm counting 10 field players plus a goalie.
Plus a goalie is
which
11.
Is okay. That's okay, though. 11 is a side.
Is it?
Absolutely.
I suppose. All right.
Let's take another look at that shot. It's a good hit. Head up. Didn't get over the ball. Over the top.
I knew that. 10 field players plus goaltender, 11, yeah.
I knew you knew that.
Don't mind my ramblings for the last couple of minutes because I was confused.
I was hurriedly counting the players also and couldn't quite
figure out what I was talking about.
Couldn't quite get a good count.
Well, fact is, I don't know what I'm talking about. And now everyone knows. Damiano able to break it up in front of Erickson, turn it around.
I suspect we've all always known, Joe.
Long shot in by Funfar. Hunting. Pushing it ahead is Reynolds. Nissler, a high pass. Wolfgram thought it went off of her head, but called for the Cardinals. Wolfgram, little toss in, and Nissler in the corner, trying to play it out. Ekman trying to clear. Stopped up by Reynolds, taken away by Funfar, and she puts a boot on it. Foot race now. Chelsea Lions challenging Zabla, but cleared out of bounds.
I really like to see what the wind has done for the Cardinals' offense this half. It appears that it's settled them down a little bit. Those balls aren't getting away from them. They're getting a stronger attack through the middle.
Rebel throw in from in front of the Cardinal bench. Anderson will get it to Hunting. Nissler knocked away by Nadelli. And Yanni plays it forward. Erickson, and she is called for offside.
Let's take another look at that, Joe. That did not appear to be offside to me. Referee's assistant quickly puts the flag
and a
up.
yellow card for Erickson for complaining about that offside call. Did not feel she was offside.
Let's take another look right here. You can see the sweeper clearly keeps her onside. Pardon me, the left back keeps her onside. The sweeper pull up, but the left back did not pull up, keeping her onside. Should have had a go at goal.
Cleared far side by the Rebels.
You can almost forgive that referee's assistant for putting that flag up so quickly. Coon Rapids has been offside a number of times tonight.
Eighth, I believe that was the 8th offside of the ball game for Coon Rapids. Yanni heading it right back out of bounds. And again. Yanni playing good position on the throw-ins from Anderson. Got to all 3 of them.
Doing very well to keep her side of the field hers.
Wurzos playing it a little too far. Turned around by Zabla. Again, Wurzos playing a high through ball. Lodi can't get to it. Turned around by Anderson. Hunting bumping it to Reynolds. Funfar able to turn it around momentarily. Anderson stopped up by Ekman. Funfar. This one just nobody wants to gain control of this one. Just back and forth. Mortensen couldn't get to it. Stratton looking for Ekstrom in the corner. Miller right with her. Lets it go out of bounds. Throw in for the Cardinals. Levercom and Kowalenko checking back in for Coon Rapids. Give Mortensen and Rasmussen a chance to catch their breath midway through this first half, or second half rather.
You're off by about 40 seconds.
Kowalenko getting to that one. Anderson finally able to push it back the Rebels' direction. Ekman there to clear. Zabla got a head on it, and I think that ball came in a little harder than she expected.
Looks like she might have taken that one off her nose, actually.
It's not how you want to do it.
Ideally. Let's take a look here. Maybe not.
Oh, it looked like it just didn't, like I said, I think she just...
May have just surprised her with its weight.
Rebels building it on the right side. This one too far. Trying to set up Wolfgram in the corner.
That's exactly what Coach Deco wants. Get that attack building on the right side, left side wing. And attack from the corners.
Coach Deco in her third season as the skipper for the Rebels and looking for her first state tournament berth.
Boy, that wind is fierce. You can just see the ball dying in midair, coming straight down.
If the Rebels want to keep heading it back out of bounds further downfield, the Cardinals are not going to argue. Lodi trying to head it toward the net. Damiano got it ahead. Nissler had it tapped away by Ekman. Anderson will play it back ahead and back out of bounds. Reynolds in to break it up. Nissler moving it ahead. Yanni plays it off the back of Ekman. Wolfgram. And it ends up out of bounds again. Good attempt by Wolfgram there on the sidelines to try and keep it in bounds. And a call Ekman for putting both hands on the back of Nissler.
Referee continuing to call it tight here.
Ball settled by Reynolds, near side for Wolfgram. Trying to get it to the middle. Miller there to break it up for Coon Rapids. Reynolds playing it back. Lodi nicely coming from behind Callie Anderson to take it away. Zabla able to stop up the rush. Lyons playing it high. Brostrom turning it around for Champlin Park. Out of bounds on the far side. Tara Rasmussen checking back in for the Cardinals. She will replace Kat Wurzos. Wurzos, one of those three Cardinal seniors, trying to get back to the state tournament for the third straight year are the Cardinals. Miller playing it back to Ekman. Ekstrom is there, and Ekman will play it out of bounds. There's a look at the hardware. Section champion trophy on the sidelines. Lost out the end line by the Rebels. Be a goal kick. And that kind of shows you that the wind definitely having an effect on which half of the field we're playing on.
Absolutely.
Champlin Park with 4 goal kicks in the first half, 0 so far in the second half. Coon Rapids with 0 in the first half and now 4 here in the second.
You made the comment that in the first half things went the way of the white. Maybe more appropriate to say things going the way of the wind.
Oh, so true. And that actually was a factor the last time these two teams met. It was raining and it was a little chilly, but it was also very windy. There you see the Old Glory whipping in the wind. Lions can't keep it in bounds. Center field, Nistler moving it ahead, broken up by Funfar. Brostrom, other side to stop it up. Long boot by Kowalenko and out of bounds to athletic director Shannon Logan. Former girls soccer coach here at Coon Rapids, now the athletic director. Ekman clears it out of bounds. Anderson trying to cross, stopped up by Kowalenko. Stratton, a shot blocked by a couple of Cardinal defenders, and Nadelli able to clear it out the far side. Ekstrom shot stopped by Nadelli. Ekman again clears it. Stratton trying to work it back in front, broken up by Miller. Stratton gets it right back. Her shot stopped. And now finds some room and a shot well wide and high of the net.
Good pressure, though, by Champlin Park. You see 3 shots coming from the left side of the pitch that time. Well done.
For the Cardinals, number 47,
Kat Wurzel's back in the game for Coon Rapids now, replacing Kowalenko. Well, already highlights for next week's edition of Sports Night. Highlights of a physical section championship, a Cardinal team battling for a trip to the state tournament. We'll also have highlights of the final regular season football game. Cardinals taking on Park Center tomorrow night. And I'm sure we'll mix in some other stuff. Got some volleyball over at Roger E. Carlson right now, I believe.
Joe, that monochromatic look you had going in that promo there is really something.
Well, you know,
nice
it's
look for you.
Yeah, well, it's that picture's kind of old. I do sport that look every so often now. Nice job by Ekman to play that off of the Rebel forward, Van Houten. Be another goal kick for Coon Rapids.
There it is again, Joe. The wind taking control of the ball, forcing it out. Hard for Coon Rapids to get anything going out of their end right now.
Played out of bounds right in front of the Rebel bench. It'll be a Rebel throw it. Cardinals just seem to be content right now to just keep playing it back out of bounds. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this game.
Until they get a short ball to play out of the back, that's going to happen because they can't get the ball in the air and get any distance on it.
Ooh, the flip.
Somersault throw.
And here's a chance for Ekstrom right in close. And Belpedio able to get on top of it.
Not very often you see that, Joe. That's special. Let's take a look at it here. With the somersault throw in, just as good as a corner, lobs it into the box. Just barely not in time.
Brittany Magdahl responsible for that excitement. And that was first shot on goal of the game for the Rebels. And possibly the best scoring opportunity for either team. Brostrom, far side. Toward the middle, broken up by Funfar. Rasmussen looking for some room. Her clearing attempt stopped by Reynolds. And both of them collide for it. Here's Ekstrom settling. Ekstrom plays it out off of Ekman. And a throw in, and we'll have to wait and see. And it does look like we will see Magdahl again with the throw in deep in Cardinal territory. Mortensen able to get to it first. Reynolds had a chance. Mortensen clears. Anderson stops it up. Brostrom is there, moved ahead by Mortensen. Zabla there at midfield to stop. But
that really is fun to watch, Joe. You see that throw in come in from the corner. It really is just as good as a corner kick, and in some cases better because you have better control on it. That's fun to watch.
Well, the Cardinal boys until last year had PJ Mack who would do that. And you'd see at least 5 or 6 of those a game. Ekstrom battling with Nadelli, able to pull it away.
Well turned away by Nadelli.
Nadelli again playing it back near midfield. Lyons puts a head on it. Damiano is there, able to stop it up. Her pass broken up by Funfar. Off of Lyons, out of bounds. 7.5 minutes to play. Rasmussen plays this one right out of bounds. But they're going to call a penalty before that against the Cardinals.
See a free kick here for the Rebels. There was an elbow. A vicious elbow even. I don't know how intentional it was, though.
Well, I'm not surprised it took so long for the whistle to blow. I didn't think they were going to call it. Zabla playing it low. Bounces off of a body and out of bounds, and it was off a Cardinal body, so a corner kick coming up for Champlin Park, their first corner kick attempt.
Now let's compare that somersault throw with a corner kick here and see what happens.
Stratton.
I think we'd prefer a throw-in.
I think she meant to have a little bit more of an outswing, especially into this wind.
Absolutely.
I think the outswing turned into an inswing because it's a lot of windy out there. So instead of a good opportunity, it'll be a Cardinal goal kick again. Nadelli putting a foot to it. Van Houten plays it out of bounds. Right back out of bounds. Ekstrom cutting toward the middle, stopping up, trying to poke it through the defense, stopped up by Ekman. Anderson keeping it deep in the Cardinal end. Lions can't get there in time to keep it in bounds.
Saw good skill there from Ekman in the middle, the top of the box, cutting it back quickly. Can't quite get the pass through.
Yanni's throw in, looking to get it behind the defense. Lodi trying to push it behind Zabla, but Zabla able to get it and clear it. Again, we see that the Cardinals trying to use that speed and create breakaways. Almost had it there. Under 5 minutes to play now.
Hey guys, do we know if we go to golden goal 10-minute periods and overtime? If it's a tournament? There's 2 fouls.
Wurzos has it poked away by Stratton, back out of bounds. Lions, quick one touch to Mortensen. I think they were trying to work a little give and go, ended up out of bounds again.
A little push in the back there.
A 11th Cardinal penalty in the game. Just 5 for the Rebels. Ekman stopping things up for the Cardinals.
It's Coach Deco not happy about that call. As illustrated here. Not at all happy. It's been a frustrating game for both sides, really.
Well, the Rebels in the semifinals beat the Duluth East Greyhounds on a goal late in the game. It was a 1-0 game and no score until the last couple of minutes. And Coach Deco talked about how she was happy that they got there with a tough victory. And they know what it's like to play in a good, tight game that goes down to the finish. And we'll see if that helps them here down the stretch. Crossing out front, broken up by Nadelli. Stopped by Reynolds. Stratton trying to get the corner. Hard shot right on, and the save made by Belpedio.
See that last shot here coming in from the left side. Belpedio, easy enough, smothers it up.
Under 2 minutes to play now. Yanni pushing it into the corner for Coon Rapids, but out of bounds. Throw in, turned right back out by Yanni. Wurzos trying to force it in, broken up by Damiano. Back near midfield, gets past Ekman. And a foot race, but out of bounds, and a throw in for the Rebels deep in the Cardinal end. 1 minute remaining. Ekman in the middle, can't get a shot past Ekman. Yanni heads it away from Van Houten. In to recover, Damiano should take a shot from a ways out. It's out the end line, and a goal kick coming up for Coon Rapids.
Damiano coming way up in the attack on the wing. Unusual to see her that far up the field.
Wynn just took that one and right back out of play to the Rebels. Van Houten's throw in, stopped by Reynolds. broken up by Yanni. 10 seconds remaining in regulation. Long pass to the corner. Johnson will come over and scoop it up. And the buzzer will sound the end of regulation. Still no score. The Section 7 AA champion will be decided in overtime. We'll be back with the extra period after this. Welcome back to the Cardinals Sports Complex, and it's okay if we're confused, but they should not be. Checking the rule book to see exactly, I think they're trying to determine whose choice it is, who gets to choose the side, because obviously both teams would like their the wind at their back here in the first 10-minute overtime period. We will play 2 10-minute overtime periods. Let's take a look at the highlights first from the second half, though. The Rebels with the wind at their backs, and they used it to put a little more pressure on the goal. Sherry Ekstrom with a chance in close, but it went up and over. Cardinals still able to create some opportunities with the wind in their face. Kristen Erickson trying to capitalize on the goalie out of position. Look at the game stats. Shots pretty lopsided. Cardinals 8-2 advantage there. Unfortunately for Coon Rapids, the fouls also lopsided, 11-5. Cardinals called for 11, including that yellow card to Kirsten Erickson. And I think we may have it figured out because the referees are ready to go back out on the field.
Looks like we'll have Coon Rapids with the wind at their back to start the first overtime period. Will that be an advantage?
As I was saying, we will play as much soccer as necessary to determine a winner of Section 7, a Section 7 champion. The 2 10-minute golden goal or sudden death or sudden victory, whatever you want to call it.
Let's call it golden goal.
Anyone scores, the game ends. Unlike regulation, or regular season, I should say, when they play 2 5-minute overtime periods, and it's as many goals as you can get. So a goal does not immediately end play. Well, the Rebels, despite having the wind in their face, forcing it down there early.
Coming right out with a big, strong attack on the right side. Must have gotten a good pep talk from their coaches.
Now if you're Champlin Park, as you see an early substitution, and there we see the flipping throw-in again, bouncing around, turned out by Catherine Miller. And I think when you have the wind when you're playing into the wind, you might just want to take as many substitutions as possible, slow this game down, take as much time off as you can. Stratton trying to crash the net, stopped by Nadelli, and she is limping pretty good as Nadelli got a piece of her.
Comes up hobbling, but we'll see here. She gets a boot.
Ooh, it
right
looked
to
like
the knee.
Yeah, she got the ball first and then connected with Stratton's knee, and she is still limping out there.
Good toughness to stay on the field.
And now she's able to jog a little bit, but still a little gingerly. Looks like she's going to be okay, though. And
we do see the Champlin Park bench warming up a couple subs. Possible that she'll be subbed out here.
Rebels playing it deep into the Cardinal end again, stopped up by Nadelli. Wurzos getting it to Lyons, playing it back near side. Mortensen running onto it, kind of overran it. Played out of bounds by Zabla. Callie Anderson moving it ahead for the Rebels. Magdahl will be called for the dangerous play. She got that foot up a little bit high.
Take another look at that one. Comes in. Foot does go high. Not a problem with the other players and coming in to defend the ball. That's a clear call in that case.
This one bouncing down into the corner and out the end line. Goal kick coming up for the Rebels. Are we going to have a... Oh, that is a corner kick for the Cardinals. Great opportunity, and we'll see if they can do anything with it. Kat Wurzos will take the responsibility. Playing it low right toward the front of the goal. They call the Cardinals offsides on a corner kick? Or they call a penalty in the middle?
Must have been a penalty in the middle. It would have been next to impossible for them to be offsides. No, it's a goal kick, which means a corner kick went out of bounds on its way into the mix. Can't hook that ball from outside the end line.
Play it back out of bounds again. Miller throwing it into the corner. Played right back out.
Coon Rapids deep in the Champlin Park defensive zone here. Good opportunity.
Champlin doing a great job of keeping pressure on the ball, though, not giving a lot of good chances. Here's Lodi in close, and Johnson came out in just enough time.
You know, we talked about her earlier, Joe. She's a special player. On top of that ball from the very beginning. As soon as she saw it, she jumps on top of it. Goalie does a good job coming out. Take a look here. Just enough to force her off the ball.
Marissa Wolfgram checking in for Champlin Park. This one just stops in midair, spins out of bounds to the Cardinals. Rasmussen plays it to the corner. Lodi crossing out front, a header off the crossbar.
What a chance.
A great setup, and Mortensen came crashing in and right off the crossbar.
Jackie Lodi again doing a fantastic job coming up the right wing, crosses it beautifully right into the path. Can't
Another
quite get
chance for Lodi as she collides with Johnson, and Johnson is down and hurt.
Let's take a look at that earlier shot again. Great cross from Lodi into the middle. Goalkeeper forced to come off her line. Can't quite put it on frame though. Take
Here's
another
that
look
last
here.
chance as Lodi came crashing in. Johnson came out.
Well done by Johnson though. Good guts.
And we should be seeing a corner kick coming up for the Cardinals. Their second here in this first overtime. Wurzos this time playing it high toward the back. A header toward the net. It's still loose. Out the end line, and I believe we'll have a corner kick from the other side.
Coon Rapids really keeping the pressure on now, Joe. The wind appears to finally have been a factor.
swinging one in. It missed everybody, and it's just going to trail out on the far side.
Be wise for Coon Rapids to keep the pressure on now. Don't let Champlin Park get out of their defensive third.
Coon Rapids with only a couple minutes left, 3 minutes left with the wind at their back.
Take a look at that other corner kick. Sails right into the path. Gets in the blender. Not enough for Coon Rapids, though.
Foul going to go against Coon Rapids. This one's going to go out the end line, and a corner kick coming up for the Rebels, as Magdal was providing good pressure down that left side. A lot of Rebel fans in attendance for this big section championship. Here's the corner by Cassie Anderson. Belpedio comes out, breaks it up, and gets a hold of it.
Belpedio handling the pressure beautifully there. Confidently, calmly comes out, collects the ball at the top of the box.
Cardinals with good numbers. Lions running onto it. Stopped up by Damiano. Just over a minute remaining in this first overtime period. Miller clearing it out of bounds.
Just as you indicated, Joe, Champlin Park will make the substitution, take a little more time off the clock.
Cardinals again playing it forward, but out of bounds. Brostrom putting it in play. Right back out off the Cardinals. Played out by Ekstrom. And under 10 seconds remaining, I think we're going to go to overtime at number 2, still scoreless. But it only takes a second to score a goal. The Cardinals with a couple of good opportunities in close, but unable to end the game with the wind at their back. And now the teams will switch sides.
You know, Joe, we predicted earlier that this game could be decided easily by 1 goal. Looks like that's happened.
Well, we have seen a shootout in the section championship. I believe it was 99. I believe it was the year that the Cardinals went to the state tournament, and they beat Duluth East in a shootout in the section championship at the National Sports Center in Blaine when the section championship was over there. And now we see if Champlin Park can use the wind to their advantage here in overtime number 2. Cardinals certainly hoping to keep it from happening. Funfar tripped up by Kayla Wiley.
A little push in the back there. Take a look at it here. That's a good call, I think. Got a forearm on her back.
Wiley didn't think so. Ekstrom cross midfield, leaving it for Wiley. Ekman there instead, turns it around. We'll head back out of bounds.
The two coaches now beginning to put together in their minds the shootout lineups. Who are their top 5 best place kickers, spot kickers? Just in case.
And both hoping they can end it before it comes to
Absolutely.
that. Mortensen breaking things up. Lodi pushes it ahead, now running onto it. Damiano with a Cardinal on either side. And Stratton able to clear, goes off of Warzos out of bounds, so it'll be a Rebel throw-in. A good opportunity, but Damiano, even with Lodi on one side and Lyons on the other, able to keep them from getting anything significant. Nadeli's clear is blocked. Ekman gets it back near midfield. Nadeli again stepping up with a big stop. Wiley gave her a little bump afterwards.
Take a look here as Nadeli comes in, gets a good clear on it. And a little bump afterwards, a little extracurricular activity.
Throw in comes in, taken away by Belpedio. Lions heads it across midfield, cleared by Zabla. That one cleared away by Anderson before Lions can get there. Yanni to throw in deep in the Champlin end. Throws it right toward the net. And Lodi taking kind of a bad penalty there as they had the Rebels boxed up in their own end, and she ran into the defender from behind. Draws the whistle instead of getting another throw in from down deep.
You know, we've really seen two good defensive players on either side of the ball tonight. Nadeli for Coon Rapids and Damiano for Champlin Park have really been huge tonight.
Ekstrom clearing it back near midfield, but out of bounds. Nice little passing, and Lions on the run on the corner. Damiano coming over to defend. Knocked off the ball, no call, and Lions down and hurt.
See Lions trying to skirt around that corner there and make a turn on the defense. Can't quite do it. Take a look at it here. Gets up the left wing, tries to turn. Good shoulder charge by the defense there. Can't turn the corner. Falls awkwardly, though.
Right onto the back of her head.
She'll get up and walk it off.
No trainer came on the field, so Lions does not have to report out, and it was stopped because of the ball out of bounds, not because of the injury. And now again we see the Cardinals setting up shop in the Rebel end. 5 minutes left in this second overtime period.
Champlin Park content to just play it out right now.
Mortensen in the corner, battling, trying to force it out front. And Johnson will scoop it up. Funfar there to stop it up near midfield. Wiley took a swing at it. Reynolds will push it ahead to Ekstrom. Ekstrom, nice cut back against Ekman, but Nadelli there to stop things up. Funfar ahead to Lodi. Stratton gets it ahead. Nadelli again there. Ekman and Wolfstrom kind of met at the ball there. Ekstrom forcing something. Booted out of bounds.
And Rebel fans wanting a call. That's not going to happen in the second overtime.
Nope. Same reason that the Chelsea Lions going down in the box at the other end would have been.
Here.
No
ref will ever call that. Oh, here's a chance. Played away.
The corner kick played away, but another corner kick opportunity for the Rebels. Stratton high to the back corner, too high, and away and all the way out the other side. Under 3 minutes left in this second overtime.
Coon Rapids begins another march down the field.
Sabla happy to play it out of bounds. Anderson can't clear. Magdahl there to help. Cardinal fans upset that is a Rebel throw-in. So both fans getting the opportunity to boost some calls here in the second overtime.
Tough to make everybody happy.
Lodi trying to sneak behind the defense, but Zabla able to clear it. 2 minutes left.
This is really a classic game. Take a look at this throw in here. Maybe too hard to see from our angle. Coon Rapids with throw-in after throw-in in that left corner. You can bet they'd like to see that go out the end line so they can get a corner kick.
Mortensen.
But they won't be unhappy with that shot.
Shot just wide. A goal kick coming up. Well, the Cardinals have had 22 throw-ins in overtime.
Wow.
Compared to the Rebels, I think 13. Yeah, we saw a lot of throw-ins second half, especially 37 for the Rebels and 33 for the Cardinals.
I think that's when the wind really picked up and started doing some tricks with the ball. Unexpected things.
Mortensen nicely keeping it in play. Under a minute to go. Mortensen in the corner, crossing out front off a defender, and the Rebels can't keep it in bounds. The Cardinals have a corner kick coming up.
I believe that was cleared away by Abby Stratton off the line there. It's well done.
Cardinals bringing everybody up close. Wurzos plays it. Punched by Johnson, and she's able to hold on. Great play by the keeper. And she's down.
Rasmussen comes in hard after that ball, gets a piece of Johnson. We'll take a look at that right now. She gets the yellow for it also. Goalkeeper punches it up, goes and gets it. Rasmussen comes in well after the play and knocks her down. Deserving of being booked, as she was.
Johnson a little shaken up.
Take one more look at that.
Another look at it. You saw Wiley trying to step in there and trip Rasmussen up as she headed toward the sideline.
It really is an unnecessary foul, though. I understand the intensity, but goalkeeper's got the ball. Leave her alone. You can see Johnson still reeling from the blow. Get a different angle on that one. Goalkeeper punches it up. Does all she can to keep it out of her net. Goes up, gets it. That's actually really well done. Rasmussen comes in well late with a hip check and shoulder check.
Looked like she tried to hold up a little bit.
She may have.
But as long as that ball's in the air, as long as the ball's in the air, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, you can appreciate the intensity, absolutely. You can question the judgment sometimes, but appreciate the intensity.
And unfortunately for the Rebels, because the game was stopped because of her injury, Johnson has to come out of the game. Or not. And
Coach Deco encouraging the referees to look at their rule book right now.
Deco asking the official to check the rule book because it's the keeper. She doesn't think that Johnson needs to be subbed for it just because of the stoppage of play.
Normally I could offer opinion on this, Joe, but I don't know the rule here. One of the few times I won't know the rule. You wonder if it's all moot at this point with 30 seconds remaining, but...
And then if you do have to substitute for your keeper, you have a free kick coming up, you just kick it back out of bounds, get your substitute back in.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
And you can't mess around with the ball, obviously, this deep in your own end.
And the other implication is the goalie or one of your players on the field has to be the goalie in a shootout. And so if Anderson's off the field when the shootout begins, who do they put in goal?
Well, I've got to imagine that Johnson would be able to come back in for...
Deco clearly still not happy about the call. Time for a little improvisation. And we remain at 28 seconds left.
Oh, now looks like Johnson's going to change into a regular uni so that she can check back in. What? Oh, they need a goalie shirt for Stratton, who's going to go mind the net while during the short stint that Johnson has to spend on the sideline.
She straps on the keeper gloves. You have to guess that she'll stay in goal.
And really, while I am a homer, and I admit fully that I am a Coon Rapids homer, I would feel it was a little cheap if they got a victory in this next 28 seconds.
I think we could all agree with that.
Especially if it turns out that Deco is right about the rule that you don't have to sub for your keeper.
Now we'll see Anderson checking in immediately here. I would guess the referee will wave her on.
Well, Stratton going to take the free kick.
Will she just play it out of bounds, I wonder?
No, she won't. She will play it right up the middle, Ekstrom.
Not a bad ball either. Leading a counterattack.
Played out of bounds.
And back in comes Anderson.
And the game's going to end before anything happens now. And we are going to have a shootout. The section championship will be decided in a shootout. We knew it was going to be a good game. We knew it was going to be a close game. We didn't know it was going to be quite this good or this close. Or this controversial or this physical, for that matter.
It really has been a great game tonight. It's almost a shame to see it come down to this. Soccer purists would maybe like to see the game replayed or continued until somebody scores. But these are the rules we play under, so let's play.
Referees meeting with the captains to go over the shootout rules.
Coaches will pick 5 players aside to go in alternating order. The Champlin Park huddle getting really fired up right now.
Well, they are definitely not losing their intensity. There you see the Cardinals very focused and
very sober about the task at hand.
Talking about the lineup, who's going to go, who's going to shoot, and when they are going to shoot. You see Belpedio getting a little practice behind with assistant coach Aaron Wilford. There you see Belpedio. Aaron Wilford just throwing the ball at her, letting her dive for it, getting her all set for this humongous event. Belpedio, a sophomore in her first season as the varsity goalkeeper. Talked a little earlier, Chelsea Lyons was the goalkeeper previous 2 seasons. And Johnson will return to the net for the Rebels, a little shaken up, but ready to play. She is one of those 5 seniors on this squad, and she does not want to see her season come to an end. She's taken a couple of lumps in this evening's game, including that shot by Rasmussen in the second overtime.
Wow, what a game. 90 minutes later and still no score. Just imagine the nerves right now. 100 minutes, excuse me. You're right.
And now it all comes down to the penalty kick. And it really, what it comes down to is the goalkeepers, because
absolutely
on a penalty kick, as we all know, the burden is on the keeper, because the striker should be able to score.
Absolutely right.
I mean, they have the definite advantage. So a keeper that stops any of these shots is really the one
can come out as a hero.
Yep. Well, I remember in the '99 game against Duluth East, the goalkeeper at the time, Jessica Christofferson for the Cardinals, came up with 2 saves.
Wow.
In that out of the 5, and Cardinals went on to take 3rd place in the state tournament.
Most important thing for the goalkeepers to remember now is that unlike a normal penalty kick, they don't need to catch this ball. They can just parry the ball away, and that's as good as a save. That's as good as a catch. Just keep the ball out of the back of your net.
And it looks like they will be shooting into the wind as the referees are checking the, I guess that would be the, western end of the field?
I believe that's right. As you said, into the wind, so we won't see a lot of shots go over, probably, or at least that will decrease the number that we would otherwise see go over, shooting with the wind.
They march it out 10 yards? Is that right?
Oh, gosh. Put me on the spot now.
Ah, see? I thought you said you weren't going to miss it. You were going to know all of the other rules, as we see some of the fans trying to get a little bit better view. And
it's been an excitable crowd tonight.
Shannon Logan over there to chase them back to the other side of the fence. It's like a couple of fans are going to end up. They volunteered to be behind the goal and shag balls, maybe, or they've been asked to. Quite sure where they're going. I think they have been asked to vacate the premises as you look at Annabelle Pedio. And the first shot is going to be Stratton.
Stratton's been integral to the attack tonight and stepping up big to be a goalkeeper at the end of the game. Let's see what she does here.
Shot, save made by Belpedio.
It's a great save by Belpedio. Stratton not much behind that ball. Plays it close enough to the keeper. Belpedio just falls down right on top of it.
And that means the Cardinals have the advantage. Tara Mortensen, if she can put it past Johnson, will give the Cardinals that all-important lead here in this 5-player shootout. Mortensen going high off the crossbar. So after the first round, neither team with a goal.
So much to think about as a shooter in this situation. Nerves going crazy. Keep your head over the ball. Drive the ball hard. That one got away from her.
Sherry Ekstrom next up for the Rebels. Ekstrom's shot is good, upper right corner.
Well done. No chance there for the goalkeeper to get a hand on that. She could put on a clinic with that shot. That was perfect.
Jackie Lodi will be up next for Coon Rapids. Interesting that our two highlight players will go back-to-back here in the shootout. Lodi was ready to go, and the ref said nope.
Maybe a little mind game from Lodi.
Shot, she scores.
Simple
and
enough.
We're even.
Freshman comes through again.
Brianna Zabla, the third shooter for the Rebels as you look at the Cardinal sideline. Everybody on their feet. The intensity, it doesn't get any thicker than this. A section championship game,
That's right.
Trip to the state tournament on the line, and it goes to a shootout. Zabla off the post.
That's a tough
Used the left foot, went for the right corner, and it's off the post.
She did everything right with the placement. No way Belpedio was getting to that ball.
Catherine Miller now with an opportunity to give the Cardinals the advantage. There you see the tension on head coach Jeff DeJoy. He'll be jumping for joy. And he is, as Catherine Miller blows one past and gives the Cardinals the 2-1 lead after 3 rounds. And that was huge.
A little revelry in the stands.
Alicia Damiano.
She's been so huge this game, Joe.
And she puts it in. And now we will see Amelia Nadelli. It's weird how this has worked out. We saw Ekstrom and Ekstrom and Lodi go up back to back. And then we see, and now we're seeing the two stoppers going back to back.
Both just playing wonderful games tonight. Controlling their defensive third.
Well, and really, I guess you could say that that Zabla and Miller are both strong defensive players that went back to back in the last round. Nadeli's shot is wide. So it's still tied at 2-2 as we go to the 5th and final round, unless it's still tied, and then it will go to a single round shootout.
That's right, golden goal shootout. Pardon me, silver goal, because you have the chance to tie.
Marissa Wolfgram, the last Rebel coming to the line. See the Rebels watching anxiously. Wolfgram's shot, it's high.
And it comes down to this.
And it will be Chelsea Funfar with the weight of the Cardinals team on her shoulders. She scores, and they are going to the state tournament. She misses, and the shootout continues.
She looks awfully calm right now, Joe.
See the Cardinals holding hands. The shot, it's high as well. And you talked about not seeing a lot of balls going up over because of the
very surprising
wind in their face.
That's a lot of nerves.
Now I believe it has to be all new players from here on out.
You're right.
And it goes to a 1-1 shootout. Hillary Hunting coming to the line for the Rebels. Going low and a save made.
Very similar
by
to the first
Belpedio.
save. Very similar to the first save Belpedio made.
And again, the Cardinals with a chance for victory. Tara Rasmussen will go up, gets a handshake from her keeper.
It's important for her to just concentrate on technique right now. Don't try to ripple the net. Don't try to fool the goalkeeper. Just put it low and hard.
Rasmussen's kick off the crossbar. The tension continues.
Belpedio hoping she can pull out one more save.
Kelsey Nisler, the 7th shooter for the Rebels. Stopped again. Delpedio diving to her left.
A phenomenal save by Delpedio.
Well, she has made 3 big saves in this shootout, and as of yet, her Cardinal teammates have not been able to get her the victory she so thoroughly deserves.
She does deserve it. You're absolutely right. Those are 3 huge saves, and as you mentioned before the shootout started, it's all going to come down to the goalkeepers.
Paula Davis next for Coon Rapids. It soars over the goal. And it continues again. 3 times the Cardinals have had the opportunity to finish this off and step into the state tournament for the 3rd straight year. and 3 times they have failed to do it.
Belpedio wondering how many times she has to step up.
Tony Jost coming in now for the Rebels. It's up high off the crossbar, and again, the Cardinals have a chance. Randy Hill with the weight on her shoulders now. 4th straight Cardinal with a chance to end this victory.
The chance of Randy go up around the stadium. High drama.
She had 2 goals taken away from her in the semifinals against Blaine. Played very little in this game, and now the crucial shot, it's in the goal. The Cardinals are going to the state tournament. No, it's gold. That's it. Coon Rapids Cardinals went through 9 rounds of shootout. Randy Hill finally putting it past Amanda Johnson.
There's nothing Johnson could have done to stop that. That was perfectly done, technically superior, wonderful goal.
And for the 3rd straight season, the Coon Rapids Cardinals are going to the state tournament. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with post-game reaction and wrap-up right after this. To order this game or any other CTN presentation as a keepsake video, call 763-767-6525 or log on to ctnstudios.com.
I don't want to eat.
Come on, just one bite.
I don't like it.
The CTN Sports Postgame Show is brought to you by SportsPrepZone.com. Complete coverage of high school sports in the North Metro and another proud sponsor of high school athletics on CTN.
Welcome back to the Cardinals Sports Complex. The Cardinals slipping past the Champlin Park Rebels with a victory in the 2nd shootout. It went 9 rounds into the shootout. We had a scoreless game through 2 overtime periods and through 9 rounds of shootout before it was finally a Cardinal victory. Joining me on the sidelines is Randy Hill and also Anna Belpedio. And Anna, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about your nerves going into that shootout.
It was pretty intense. I just kind of told myself, dive for each one. You have a chance. Try your best. Just, I don't know, just kind of.
Now coming into tonight's game, you had back-to-back shutouts against Andover and Blaine, now a shutout over Champlin Park. You ran the table in the section tournament. Did that ever enter your mind at any point?
No, not really. I just needed to do my work and not worry about any of the press or any of the publicity that I've seemed to be getting. And I did my job tonight, so.
How important is it to have a good defense keeping them from getting really good shots?
Excellent defense. It is so important. I would never be where I would be right now if without my defense.
All right, well, congratulations on the big victory. On the other side, Randy Hill didn't get a lot of time in the game tonight, but when you came in, a big, big moment. You get the game-winning goal. What were your feelings as you stepped up to the line for the shootout?
Well, first of all, I had no idea if I would have made the goal, we would have won. So I was pretty scared. It's pretty intense when I got up there.
Now, walking back, obviously, you mentioned you didn't know that you had just won the game for your team and send your team to the third straight state tournament appearance. When they announced it over the speaker, what was that emotion like?
I was shocked. I think I checked the goal twice, make sure I made it. I was completely shocked.
Now, as you look forward, what do you think about up next? You're going to the state tournament.
We're winning state. We're going all the way.
All right, congratulations on the win tonight. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with head coach Jeff DeJoy, and we'll get his reactions on the game and, of course, his thoughts on the upcoming state tournament.
CTN Studios is proud to offer the best in local programming. Now your business can be a part of it too. Become a CTN Studios sponsor. Find out more today.
Joining me now, head coach Jeff DeJoy. And coach, first of all, of course, congratulations. What does it feel like?
You know, it feels like you get hit in the gut and you lose all your air and you just sit there trying to recover. Every time down the field, offensively, you lost your breath. You're just waiting for something to happen. And on defensive end, you were holding your breath, waiting for something not to happen. And, oh, man, it was a nice outcome, but it was a long game.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask about how is your heart doing right about now? Because with a game that tight between two teams that were so close and then going all the way through 2 overtimes into 9 rounds of shootouts, what was the feeling when you saw Randy put it in the back of the goal?
Well, in practice, Randy was always real steady, and sort of the joke was she was always the last one picked. You know, in elementary school, the last pick always got picked on, but she was always the last one picked whenever we did penalty kick with teams, and she was always the one that ended up winning for her team at the end. So I knew she could do it. I didn't tell her that it was sudden death, so I thought she'd go up there and just put it away and then think that there was other people behind her to worry about it, and then she was surprised that she was the game winner, so that worked out okay.
Now, obviously, emotions kind of running the gamut through this evening, but now you have to focus on the state tournament, your 3rd straight trip there. What are your thoughts on, and what do you do to prepare for that next step?
Well, we just got to go back to the basics, and we did some things pretty well out here today, and defensively, I think we shut them down pretty well. I don't think they had many close-in opportunities, and when they did, Anna was able to step in and make the big stop, but I think we still can go back to the drawing board and do a lot of things better. We didn't get the ball forward very well. I'm not sure we had many real quality shots on goal until overtime, so there's always stuff to work on, and hopefully 3rd time's the charm.
Well, and now your thoughts on, any idea on who you will face in the first round?
No, this is the first year the high school league is actually trying something different where the coaches are meeting at 11 o'clock on Sunday, and all 8 coaches are going to vote themselves on who they feel the seed should be. In the past, a lot of the Big Thunder has been stolen by the quarterfinal game, so now they're hoping by seeding the teams, they'll get the premier, the big game in the final. So we'll find out at 11 o'clock who we play, and then I guess we'll adjust from there.
Does that make it a little bit more difficult as far as planning for the next game?
Well, we had Wayzata 2 years ago and Woodbury last year. I'm not sure it can get much worse than playing them. So, whoever it is, we'll play them, and we'll just do our best, and hopefully we'll play some good ball. And if it gets to overtime, we know we got Ann in our corner, so we like our chances there.
All right, well, congratulations on the victory. Take some time to enjoy it, but we hope to see you next week in the state tournament. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to wrap things up from the Cardinal Sports Complex right after this. Coming in tonight is the 2nd season. Starts right now.
Roughing the passer.
Dropping back, has time, looking left. Complete touchdown.
Watch him come from a safety position and make the tackle.
Dropping back, Van Ash throwing over the middle, complete to Dombeck. He's into the end zone, touchdown. Joe Young and Josh Whitcomb back at the field. And, Josh, just an unbelievable game for us to watch tonight.
Absolutely. Everybody had a role. Mother Nature had a role with the wind. Great defense, a sluggish attack. But really it came down to goalkeeping in the end and just a great game to see. High drama.
Yeah, you got to feel bad that a game this good and with this much riding on it went all the way down to shootout, and you feel a little bad for the Champlin Park Rebels, but what a joy for the Cardinals who are going to their third straight tournament.
Absolutely. They deserve the win. Maybe the soccer purists would like to see the game go on until a golden goal is scored, but you don't have all night.
All right, well, that'll do it again. The final score from the Cardinal Sports Complex is 0-0, but a win in double overtime, through double overtime into shootout for the Cardinals. Here's what we have coming up for you here on CTN. We got football for you, the final regular season game of the year on Wednesday night. And that's the Cardinals against the Pirates. Then football playoffs start Tuesday the 25th. We will have the girls soccer state tournament quarterfinals at Irondale on Wednesday. We don't know, as we talked about with Coach Jeff DeJoy, we don't know yet who the opponent will be, but we will be there for you. We will have the replay here for you at midnight on Wednesday the 26th. Again, the final score, the Cardinals 0, the Rebels 0, but the Cardinals go on to the state tournament with the shootout victory in the Section 7 AA Girls Soccer Championship. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Mr. Josh Whitcomb, I'm Joe Young saying goodnight.
The CTN Sports Postgame Show is brought to you by SportsPrepZone.com. Complete coverage of high school sports in the North Metro and another proud sponsor of high school athletics on CTN.